set. De Minaur played a superb first set. Novak had to grind from behind, and again, just a little bit better in those crucial games late in those sets. Ditto against Kaboli, who also jumped out to a 1-set-to-love lead.
I thought the second and third rounds, Chris, Djokovic played his best tennis, and he was able to manage his way through the next couple of matches that you mentioned, De Minaur, Kaboli, but those guys. has tested him physically. And Sinner will undoubtedly do the same.
3.5 hours more on court for Djokovic to get here than Sinner. I'm waiting for that first kind of point where we're going to test the kind of explosive movement of Djokovic. How does he change direction, right? How does he get in and out of the corners if that leg is a concern?
Well, the good news is I don't see any strapping on Djokovic unless he's got it, way underneath his shorts.
Chris Budden with Darren Cahill just before the match.
Darren, 4 straight wins over Novak Djokovic. What can you take from those that he can apply today?
Little confidence, for sure. He's always a great challenge, and they've had a lot of tight matches, so 2 times they played here, he's actually lost to him, 1 in 5 sets, and actually a pretty tight 3-set match a couple of years ago. But Novak's a legend of the game. It's going to be really important to make sure Novak's not the first player to change direction. His backhand down the line is amazing, so Jannik will be wary of that, and maybe if he can get a look at it to get Novak on the run before Novak gets him on the run. But it's a long way to play out over 5 sets.
With the heat today, what will be important for Jannik early?
Well, Jannik likes the heat, so that's not a problem. He loves playing in Australia, and we see the heat there all the time. So the ball's going to be flying around. We watched a little bit of the other match, the other semi-final. It looked like the ball was zipping around all over the place, and the timing was a little bit off with both players. So we expect similar conditions here. So good footwork, good early timing, and they need to serve well. So if you serve well in fast conditions, you win a lot of free points.
Thank you, Darren. Good luck.
Perfect. Thanks, Chris.
He's pretty good at the analysis stuff.
Yeah, not bad. That's some experience.
Temperature's still in the high 80s, and we'll see if the control off the racket continues to be a challenge as it was at times in that first semi. I want you to amplify on something that Darren mentioned about the first to change direction in the rallies being important.
Well, these guys both, are methodical, but they both know how to work the point, take the ball a little bit earlier. I think Djokovic is a little more comfortable, definitely off the backhand side doing that, as Darren spoke about. As you see the wrap on his right arm, protecting that elbow. I think it's a little bit easier for Sinner to win points like that. He's got so much power off both. In fact, Ben Shelton said after his loss to Sinner that it's almost playing at like hyper speed when you play against Sinner. He says nobody else plays as fast as he does.
He just said the pace of shot is just mind-boggling, and Ben can hit the ball pretty big himself. In Shelton, the early rounds, he wasn't serving big by his standards against Shelton. Didn't need to. He didn't have to hit the serves in the high or mid 130s. So we'll see if he feels comfortable doing that here today. The forehand speed was up, though. No real impact off the pain in the elbow on that side against Shelton. Did not hit a serve over 130 in the first game. That was the issue they felt, the team against Dimitrov. I mean, not to make excuses because Rublev played great, but after that fall in the first game, it wasn't quite the normal pace, off a little bit.
And interestingly, he didn't ask for the physio to come out until midway through the second set. So it wasn't initially something he thought that he needed to see a physio about, but as the match went on, it didn't go away. He was continuing to feel it.
Took some tablets.
That's a big... in part to those 3 major titles, including the last 2 on hard courts. So impressive right there.
15-14
from Sinner. This was a smart shot there. Pretty good pickup from Djokovic. And Sinner showing us he's got some of that Alcaraz feel sprinting forward as well.
Djokovic had control of the rally until Sinner took it away. Can he grab the break here? Djokovic with the fight. Number 2 just underway. Sinner up a quick break.
15.
I have to get used to Patrick. I say this is disorienting. Novak Djokovic not being the favorite of Sinner, having to do things special to win. He didn't lose for a decade on this court. Till Alcaraz took it away from him 2 years ago and then dispatched him really routinely, if you can use that word, in last year's final. And now an underdog against Sinner here.
15.
He is 38. As we said, time waiting for no one, but it's something I'm getting used to.
It is hard, you're right. Considering how absolutely dominant he's been, particularly on this court.
He's been chasing that 8th Wimbledon title to equal Federer for a few years now.
Rather confident for Djokovic fans at the moment, because Sinner has come out just lighting it up, breaking quickly and now racing through his second service game.
The master of recovery, maybe the greatest ever, both within matches. We've seen that many times, and also between matches. And he's talked about the commitment that it takes at 38 to do that. And everything he's ever learned about that would have had to come into play here in the last few days to recover from back-to-back kind of bruising 4-set matches.
Whoa.
It's just long. And Sinner consolidates.
Yes!
3-1. Kind of year that maybe no one in tennis history said he win the first major of the year. Then you serve a 3-month suspension, which was an appeal by WADA of an earlier ruling that he had already fulfilled that punishment, and then he came back and played in Rome, and then gets to a Roland Garros final and has 3 championship points that Alcaraz pulls back, and every year is battling for a Wimbledon final. That's not normal stuff.
No, not at all. Particularly the suspension part, which I disagreed with.
Yeah.
That he had to serve it, but he elected to do that so that he wasn't vulnerable to a potentially much longer suspension.
Missed the hard-court North American Masters events in the beginning of the play season, returning to his home Masters event in Rome.
Got to the final there, losing to Alcaraz.
Djokovic holds without having to play anything before serves. Sinner still up the break 3-2.
The NFL Flag Championship.
Without having to play anything before serves. Sinner still up the break 3-2. Hasn't lost a point yet when he's made the first serve. Already 3 aces.
Yes! Yes! Yes!
Oh man, how many times has Djokovic ventured over the years here?
Yes!
With a return like that, Sinner just turns it right around. And holds for 4-2. The IBM tournament update. Hopefully saw Alcaraz in 4 sets over Taylor Fritz, book his spot in the championship. Swiatek, of course, a 5-10 major champion, but not at Wimbledon. Will try for her first title here against Amanda Anisimova in her first major final. Swiatek a favorite in that match, the odds makers say.
Shaping up to be a pretty darn good final weekend, I'd say.
It is. All you had in the men's semis was the GOAT against the current number 1,
Yep.
and the 2-time defending champion against
Yes!
the American.
Exactly. The top American played darn well in Taylor Fritz. And Anisimova playing for her first major title. What a story she is. different, type of points here in the semifinal they played against each other in Paris just about a month ago. But at the moment, anyway, it's feeling eerily similar. That it's Sinner's got the more firepower, movements better. Now it's early here. Djokovic, I think partly because of that 38 years old, is a little bit more of a slower starter, which we've seen in a couple of his previous matches. So things are happening much more quickly here because of the surface, but to me, very similar to what we saw in Paris.
Well, there were plenty of long, grinding rallies on this court against de Minaur a couple rounds ago. That's what's tough from the Djokovic perspective.
Djokovic is the guy that took the slide out to the backhand, on this surface to another level. You're seeing Sinner do it there on the backhand, but also do it to the forehand side. And then when he comes up with shots like that, coming forward, you got problems if you're facing him. And at the moment, Djokovic has serious problems.
Oh.
Needs a couple of breaks like that.
That was a gift there.
Sinner can win points so quickly. Won a bunch of them already. When the rallies extend, for years, Djokovic has been supreme in that area. Very confident. I don't think he can against Sinner. Only been 3 long rallies so far. Sinner's won all of them. And Djokovic was, frankly, routed in that little category by de Minaur. Badly outplayed. Just to stay in contact. Just to stay in the set, really. 4-3 Sinner.
The Hill in New York returns this
Sinner continues to chase history for his nation. Already has become the first Italian to be #1. Will try to be the first Italian to win Wimbledon and just the third to make a final. Berrettini lost here 4 years ago. He has been Paolini, defeated in the women's final last year. New balls for Sinner. Djokovic slips a bit. Singles.
He started to stretch a little bit out after holding that last game to Djokovic as he went to the changeover as we were going to that commercial break. So, he's being tested early here with the explosive movement.
Oh.
Sinner pausing as a plane overhead. To change direction that time, did it?
It did not.
Just a little grimace on his face. The Sinner smartly hit back behind him again. Again, forced to make a explosive movement on the return. The Sinner coasting through a service game. Dropped just 2 points so far. None when he's made the first serve. That's the greatest returner ever in this sport, having no chance at the moment to even get returns in play.
Sinner's just dropped 2 points on serve in 4 service games. One was a double fault.
Serving volley, got away with it because Sinner's little flip caught the tape and skipped out.
15-all. Still Sinner showing off that speed, just even getting to that ball, having an option. That sends a message to the opponent. Sometimes it's a good sign when you're mixing in the serve and volley, right? But I'm not sure for Djokovic at the moment it's a good sign. A little bit. Uncertainty about his movement. Emma Raducanu here on center court with Coach Pecci next to her. Had an excellent match against Sabalenka in the 3rd round here, the first Friday night of the tournament. You were on that one, Chris.
Electric atmosphere.
Yep. Because he doesn't look that engaged right now.
He got bailed out. The smash wasn't put away, but I agree with you.
He was looking for ways just to end the point.
You're a Novak fan, and you just want to see a long, tough battle. It's a tough first 30 minutes, frankly. Sinner still with the set point. Both sitting here, Djokovic is at this end of the court trying to kind of read his face, right, his body language. Not a lot.
It's not giving much
mojo.
away.
No, he's not. But I think it's. I think you're reading it right.
It's a caution. He's cautious.
He's also searching.
over the years in what appear to be worse predicaments and get himself out of it. So
not against this opponent, maybe.
Well, get some pretty darn good opponents.
I agree.
Yeah.
Oh.
Clearly trying to end the points as quickly as he can. And on grass, you know, if he serves well, he can still be competitive to a point.
Yes!
He's just missing the first ball. You've never seen him do before consistently. Cahill knows exactly what's going on, so wants this guy to take advantage of his third set point, put one away.
Oh.
Supreme from center.
Discover is accepted at 99% of places nationwide.
Sinner serves to begin. The second.
Yeah!
It's a very bad sign that I just saw there. 15 Chris from Djokovic, who went out to that ball, which wasn't that difficult to ball, and he really couldn't push off at all to get back into the court. And Sinner is not the guy you want to be playing in this condition. So he's not gonna let up.
No, nor should he. He needs to keep the focus right on the job and not assume that it's going to be easy.
Yes!
There's that first point. So watch when Novak goes out to this ball. You can see he's barely pushing off and then doing a little 360 there. Yeah, it would never happen if he was 100%.
No. Both of the fighting.
Yes!
We've seen from this guy for the last 20 years. As great as we've ever seen from anybody. He came from 2 sets down against Sinner in the quarters 3 years ago, but a lot has happened in 3 years. Sinner's become Grand Slam champion, world number 1, and Novak's gone from 35 to 38. Both big changes.
Especially the latter.
No one has won a major.
Yes!
And Sinner, business-like, pretty ruthless so far, doing exactly what he wants to do.
Yeah, I mean, handling the pace from Djokovic, the movement, you know, he's just, look at how he's stalking the baseline, right on the baseline, but he's able to cover because of his speed and his length. And Djokovic come up with difficult shots. Staying is out there because he's hoping that his body will start to feel better. You know, as I said, oftentimes when you do get older, it's at that first set when you know, your body's not quite there, and that's clearly where we're at now. Whether I would be shocked if he can turn it around, but I've seen him do it before, where he looked like he was out of it.
Yes!
ruthless the same way that Sinner's being right now.
13.
Making him work even harder to stay in points.
He said on this surface he can serve his way through games, keep the sets tight, but even the serve is being handled by Sinner. Djokovic has 5 aces, but when the serves are put back in play, he's not in charge of the points.
13-13.
You know the will is always going to be there for Novak Djokovic. That's what's made him the greatest ever. Part of it. The skill, obviously, the technique, but his will, his fight.
His brilliance in the big moments. The problem I see today here, can he get these sets tight? Can he get it to 4-all, 5-all, or a tiebreak, and then have a chance to do what he's done to get through the last 2 matches against lesser players?
That was a roundhouse right there.
And a shake of the head from Djokovic after the point. Sinner a chance to grab a quick break here in the second.
Yes!
Slip may prove to be very important in this match today against Kabodi. You can see it's deep in the first set. Awkward. Down. Didn't have to do much. The match was basically over on the next point.
Two
Quick
points,
sequence.
so went back to
That
deuce.
was
Yeah, but now it's seemingly the after effects of that are severe.
You said something that's important, even if he's 100% at this point. It's an uphill fight against Sinner.
Yeah, I mean, I think coming in, he was the underdog, but not a huge underdog as I thought he was in Paris, assuming he was healthy.
Yes!
No.
15.
Yes!
17 for 18 on his first serve points.
As great as Sinner.
Yes!
The reality is, Djokovic was outserved by Alcaraz in last year's final decisively, and it's happening here again.
Yes!
Already for Sinner. solidly in front.
It's a championship steeped in history, but at the same time it has to embrace the future.
Oh, that's brilliant.
Wimbledon is always trying to evolve and think one step ahead.
That does make Wimbledon quite unique.
Bigger isn't always better. Smaller AI models can deliver the right results and help reduce AI costs up to 90%. The AI built for business, IBM.
Welcome back to the Championships Wimbledon. ESPN's coverage is proudly presented by Barclays.
Sinner sprinting to a 6-3, 3-love lead after 45 minutes. Djokovic continues to use a lot of serving volley.
Well, it's a set and a break, but it feels like a lot more.
It's old school now, every point. Yeah, it's an extension of what's happened in the recent head-to-heads. Talked about Roland Garros. It's 10 of the last 11 sets head-to-head that Sinner has won. It's the Johnny Mac for Stefan Edberg style here. You've seen him do it, but I don't know.
Not this
three in a row?
Yeah. Well, the movement from the back of the court is just not there.
Yes!
Cash still in the Royal Box?
He was. I think he just came. I see Bjorn's back, so.
Cash would recognize this style.
There's Bjorn. No, there's
Yeah.
Cash. He seats just behind him.
Yeah.
He's still finishing up his tee.
Support for the 7-time champion here as he gets on the board in the second. Took 2 minutes there. There's 4 points for serving volley, and then that nice ripped forehand here. It's like almost a hopeful murmur from the Djokovic fans in here when Sinner misses the ball to start the game.
I want to see if you could actually make this a match. These kids are young, but they need to have a sense of what's going on out here. Their dad. Tough to watch.
Stefan's got that cap and he's been collecting all the autographs.
Yes!
he used to have in the lineup. Ben Shelton is quite popular with the youngsters, too.
Does he have Sinner over there yet?
Big fan of Alcaraz. The son will likely understand in the not too distant future that many of those names on his hat idolized his dad. And are playing tennis for some of them because of what his dad did.
Looks like Jannik Sinner is on the top of the hat, which I guess is fitting at the moment. Because he's solidly on top in the semifinals.
Yes!
Strikes 3 on the serve. Set and 4-1 now.
When I was little, I never thought I'd be in the big leagues because there was never a league like this.
The next legendary big league is here. Place Unlimited Softball League. The best players on the game's biggest stage. This is legendary. Fan its talent Sunday at 1 on ESPN2.
Carlos Alcaraz said he was going to check out the semifinal after he did his press, but there may not be much suspense, frankly, at the time he gets around to watching this. Djokovic trying to grit his teeth and kind of soldier on and find a way to hold. More serving and volleying here, but Sinner has just allowed nothing in his own serve. And unless Djokovic can find a way to turn back the clock, get those great return skills employed, is there a way back in this?
It's looking bleak. But
he needs Sinner to drop his level, doesn't
he? And it appears, though, that Novak's going to soldier on and keep trying to just shorten the points, see if he can hold serve.
Still been effective for the most part. You guys always say, well, these days it's so hard to do that, the way the ball bounces, the strings, the length and the quality of the guys who are returning. And if you serve and volley too much, it's easy pickings.
Well, Novak's still hitting some pretty darn good first serves when he gets them in the corner. And Sinner will start to adjust.
Yes!
That's why he's serving and volley. Hasn't had the feel off the ground. Is it evident?
Leads by 4 games to 2.
Lucky enough to live a nice, long life. Novak's had an extremely long tennis life. 12 majors after 30. He's delayed decline, held it at bay better than anybody ever has in this sport. That's an incredible number. 12 majors after the age of 30. So half of this total. Would you agree?
There's not even a question about it. It's phenomenal.
But now he's closing in on 40. He's got a rare lead in the Sinner service game.
Thank you.
Yes!
The reason why he's been able to sustain that is taking recovery, pre-match preparation, off day preparation to a new level. Set the standard that's going to be hard to match for guys of Sinner's generation and those beyond, because he's kind of reinvented ways to last. Old school and technology.
You know, he has said
Yes!
year and a half with me, it's been more difficult for him to stay motivated with Federer retiring, Nadal retiring, his great rivals. I think in some respect, the fact that Alcaraz and Sinner have catapulted themselves so quickly and so efficiently right to the top, that's helped motivate him.
Yes!
Basically this year been the third best player on the planet, which after all the accomplishments he's had, which you just highlighted, and being 38, in and of itself is a remarkable achievement.
Yes!
The moment, got to set 5-2.
The prize is so close, but the pressure's so great.
Can they find the right
Now the struggle to manage
Please.
But this is Wimbledon. Dallas at Indiana, Sunday at 1 on ABC.
Now Novak's the last of the three Titans, of course, to be standing. The big three, the greatest eras in the sport, maybe the greatest era, as pushing, testing each other. Talk about motivation. The presence of the other two, huge motivation for all three.
Incredible, especially for Novak.
Yeah, I was as the chaser, younger of the three.
I will never forget.
Yes!
Beat Federer in that 19 final, and we then had a 20-20-20 group. They all had 20. And when you think that since then he's continued to distance himself.
But part of that was a match point save, right?
Two match point save, yeah.
If you look at the two matches that he saved match point and beat Federer, if 2 points in tennis history.
He's got it.
Yes!
Those 2 points, those match points, and Federer won them. 22, 22, 22. 2 more for him, 2 less for Novak.
Crazy.
Talk about some barstool arguments. Clearly, on resume, Djokovic has jumped to the top of the list.
But as we know, not everyone votes on resume. No. The fans of those particular players, especially.
They vote with their heart sometimes, and I understand.
Yeah.
You want them to have tremendous, passion for their favorites. Roger and Rafa had huge fan bases already before Novak came along. Who's trying to stay in the set here? Sinner remains within 2 points of a 2-set lead.
After just 1 hour on court.
Oh my goodness.
Yes!
That's the kind of shot, Chris, that counts for more than just 1 point and bringing up a set point. That's like, this is my time.
On the move, Patrick. He smoked it at 98.
Crazy.
On the move. Set point. That's the point we made into in the third set. Sinner saying it's my time. Alcaraz has already loudly proclaimed that it's his time. Looking more likely they'll share the court here and battle it out on Sunday. You never stick a fork in Novak. I'm not trying to do that at the moment, but it's stuff to talk about in the third set for sure.
Oh.
Giving it everything he's got just to try to stay in the second set.
Sinner just stays to his routines, going back to the towel periodically. Often does that after he's lost a big point or made a big error. He will always go back, take his time, regroup. Very methodical in the way he approaches the game, similar to the legend he's playing against. Djokovic learned over the course of his brilliant career to be a bit more unpredictable at times with his rhythm, his timing. Changing it up, going big when he was down, and not feeling physically 100% at other times. Clearly he's not today.
Yes. Crowd showing their support. Hasn't always been a crowd favorite here. It's bothered him, but I think a difference in the last couple of years. Coming here as an underdog, and the crowd is full of support. Rolex game duration almost 8 minutes here, just trying to hang around in the second set, force Sinner to try to serve it out. 14th point of the game. Ooh, not able to get out of the way. His current coach.
Djokovic is considering how one-sided this has been, and now his movement's clearly compromised. He's serving extremely well. That's why he's been able to even just win these games. Trying to get his 6th game.
That's it. Great resolve. Dial everything you can conjure just to get a hold and stay in the set. And it took 16 points to do it.
To 3. Second set.
Really struggling when he misses that first serve. And here's the more startling and concerning stat at the moment. 42% of his returns in play. Less than half returns.
He doesn't have an explosive movement. And that's really important, especially on grass, on the return. You got to move super quickly and get in position. Point of the match until that last one for Djokovic. And against most players, he probably would have won it. But he's not playing most players today.
He's been shut out so far in the 8 extended rallies in this match. All won by Sinner. And for Djokovic, we wonder, is he about to play his last set here? The trainers are out. I'll take a throw to Chris McHenry in the studio.
All right, thank you, Chris. We'll give it a minute as Djokovic is trying to talk to the medical staff, see what could be done. Brad Gilbert, Mary Jo Fernandez, join me. MJ, what's your thoughts?
Well, he's clearly struggling with his movement. He's in discomfort. I mean, the fall he took at the end of his last match was a bad one. It was an awkward one. And he's not 100%, Brad. And even in his warm-up today, he didn't look 100%. He wasn't really running after any shots. He was just hitting up the middle of the court. And it's tough going up against anyone, but particularly Sinner. If you're not 100%, he's trying to keep the points short, serving and volleying. You heard Patrick say usually that's a good mix-up there, but when Djokovic does it, it's not a good sign.
It went on in the first set. It already looked like an ominous sign when he got broken 4 points in a row from 15 love. He's kind of like wandering in, serve volleying. He's shortening the points. And this is a little bit of the hardest thing to deal with when you get to this age. Father Time is undefeated. We saw Federer couldn't beat, what happens to your body. Same with Rafa, and this is exactly what we're seeing with Novak. It's not as much as his game has dropped down. He just, at the end of these tournaments, his body is starting to have little nicks that he can't overcome.
He's in a medical timeout, so that's 3 minutes.
I don't know about the body giving out. I think this is part of the fall. I think if he this would be a different story.
No, I'm not saying the body's giving out, but look what happened in Australia. Look what happened in Paris. So it's becoming a kind of a familiar thing that towards the business end of the tournament. And then when Alcaraz won today, knowing that he's got to get 6 sets against those two guys, and the body's hurting, is just a ridiculously tough ask.
And right before Sinner took this set, it looked like a little push. Do you think he has a push in him there, Joe?
I think he's trying. I think it's a good effort. It can't be easy. This is what he plays for. He said his best chance to win another major was here at Wimbledon, so he's hoping that something happens to Sinner. In the back of his mind, he's thinking, well, let's hang in there, because what if he has a fall like I did? It could happen. Look what happened to Grigor against Sinner.
Yes, Sinner got the extra possession, and he's just...
Tell me what we're looking at here, Brad. I mean, definitely gingerly finishing points, not necessarily going all out.
And that was a slow move to his right.
He's taking awkward steps. His balance is all over the place. And that's a wing and a prayer where he's surviving. I almost feel like that he knows that there's zero chance that I can win this match unless somehow something happens to Sinner, but he just can't grind in any points.
Yeah, he can't push off. That's what it looks like, that when he gets out to this backhand, he can't push to return to the middle of the court.
You mentioned grinding out point. I mean, 9+ shots anytime a rally's that long.
He's lost them all, huh?
Lost them all. They all go to Sinner. Let's go back out to Chris and Patrick.
Chris, thank you. Appreciate the perspective. It's a bigger picture, too. I mean, there's this match, and I think there's the future, too, okay? He would not call this his, quote, last dance because he doesn't know the answer to how he's going to finish the year out, Patrick, how his health is going to be, and how his motivation is going to be. And those two things are tied together because he's begun to admit that the commitment that it takes off the court, the incredible, historic recovery ability that he has, takes hours, takes time. He's a dad of kids now. He wants to spend time, and it is a huge commitment. And if that's what it's going to be going forward, is he willing to continue to make that commitment if he doesn't think he can show up and win these tournaments? It's a question a lot of great champions have to ask themselves.
And I think that if Novak was physically feeling the way he was in the first week, when he was moving great, looking good, he's got a chance against Sinner. Maybe he still can't win, and that's, I imagine, all these things must start to be going through his mind.
Yeah.
And Brad's point is a good one. It's not just about this particular injury, this fall. This has now become a pattern for him in the last 2 years in big tournaments, that these injuries keep coming up. Not because he doesn't take care of himself, but because he's 38. That's just the bottom line. That's what happened.
And grass is tricky. Your tournament can change in one split second.
But it happened in Paris last year. It happened in Australia the beginning of this year.
Right, different type situations, but I get your point.
You know, when Federer played his last tournament here at Wimbledon, he was in the quarterfinals. You know, he was playing at a pretty good level until, you know, when he got to that match with Hurkacz, you know, then the knee, he couldn't do it. He tried then to recover and get himself back.
That was a sad event.
It was.
6-love.
Yeah. Finals 4 set, right?
Final set. Yep. He played at Wimbledon after 8 titles here was not the fitting swan song. Novak doesn't know the answer, but we'll obviously, let's say this continues the way it's going. You look for signs as he wraps the match up, as he leaves the court. Maybe he's got it in his mind. Maybe he doesn't, about whether he'll be back here 49 weeks from now.
Maybe he turns it around.
He'll be the all-time escape. But we've seen him do some all-time things.
Yeah.
The all-time great. But I think you'd argue this would be, as you said, miraculous, because it's not really in his control. Right? I mean, something's going to happen to his opponent, mentally or physically.
Unless he all of a sudden, you know, with the treatment he received from the physio, start to feel like he can move around again. You know, against Alcaraz in Australia this year, it looked like he was barely moving for a 20-minute period, and then the next set started. All of a sudden, he's moving again, close to 100%. It ended up, of course, at in the semifinals.
Doesn't look particularly comfortable moving either way, but he goes to his right. That's when he's going to push off the left leg, which is the affected area. Especially tough. Covering to the forehand side.
It's hard enough in tennis to move quickly to the side, but what's even harder, Chris, is to move quickly to the side, stop, and come back. That's what he can't do right now.
Yes!
As soon as he gets pushed in the corner, he can't just push and come back, which we take for granted watching these best players in the world.
One of the better points he's played against center serve. He had a 130 serve back in play. Center gave him a target and he hit it.
Yes, sir.
Oh.
He's in his head at all. What happened in the Roland Garros final? I mean, the Alcaraz comeback is the focus, but Sinner, if you want to say collapse, I don't know if that's the fair word. He was still playing at a high level.
Yeah, I wouldn't say collapse.
But 2-set lead, 3 championship points.
Do I think it's in his head right now?
Yeah, you think there's any, no, not Sinner's head, Novak, any idea that...
I think he's, what Mary Jo and Brad were saying, I think is spot on. There's always a chance, right, that something could happen.
Yeah, there's something meaning. So he couldn't get tight or distracted.
14. Novak could start to feel a little bit better. Got a quick break here.
First look to break his hand.
Yeah. Hold serve, then manage, through the rest of the set. I mean, implausible, yes. Impossible, no. There it is.
Some of them on their feet. Appreciating the grip. Still a long way to go in the third. You got to duplicate it 2 more sets, but I get your point. There's a little more hope than there was 10 minutes ago.
So Kolbich gets his first break.
It's actually a key game right here. And if he can hold here, get up 3-love, then he can manage to score a little bit better, conserve his energy. And if Sinner can break right back.
Much more engaged now than he was late in the second set. And the crowd can certainly pick up on that.
So can Sinner.
Please.
Oh.
Continues to dominate when he does make the first serve.
What the hell that mean?
This is where the greatest city meets the world's greatest. Sensational. Where the looks meets all the feels. And these party vibes means morning, noon, and night. The U.S. Open. What's spectacular? Will you see?
Let's talk salary.
Great. What do you typically offer for this role?
It's competitive.
And if it was a number, it would be...
A competitive number. With Indeed, you can avoid awkward salary conversations from the start.
Well, a number.
Is it competitive? New Chips Ahoy Fresh Stacks just dropped. Here for happy.
finds himself down love 3 in the third. Treatment with the trainer after the second set really make this big of a difference.
That's what I want to know.
Much better run into his forehand side at that point than he has all day.
He's definitely timing the ball a lot better. 3-love lead helps with that.
Ten of the last 11 points to Djokovic.
Oh.
Yes!
Keep your head down and try to make Djokovic work as hard as possible. Every point.
Does that mean work to extend the rally?
Extend the rally, yes.
Okay.
Yeah, that's what I would, if I were him now. Yeah, you're down a break. Even if you end up losing this set, you know, you try to take a little something out of him. Keep testing the movement. Kind of what he did.
Yes!
You still go play your game. Big first serve, but that ball came back and you put a little extra air on that forehand. You played that backhand with a little bit more margin. He's not going, maybe you could try to go down the line. Just be smart. Play your patterns. Make the guy move.
Oh.
Djokovic has made all 10 of his returns so far this set.
Huge difference, the first two. Any ball that gets over the net's going to win the point. Instead, he's giving Djokovic great point for a 4-love lead. That would be ecstatic to have this be a quick, economical set.
Yes.
Just overcooked it.
Excellent depth on the return.
That's just poor shot selection there for Sinner. He's way back behind the baseline. Ball's pretty low. He tries to go up the line. It's a little rattle. And that drop shot on the first shot a couple points ago. Just a couple of bad decisions, which for him is unusual.
Yes!
Somewhat compromised Djokovic, which is how do I handle my side of the court, knowing my opponent at the moment not 100%. You know, maybe he'll keep improving as he has his set, maybe not.
Don't know if you have to be quite as aggressive. You can maybe go for bigger targets, but
I think
also opening the door.
A little more disciplined in the shot selection. But if I were Sinner, he's talking to his team now. I think about his return to serve position. I think he should stay back on the return to serve because Djokovic, when he gets a first serve, has been pretty effective. Get the return. Once he gets the ball in play, basically he's winning, 80, 90% of the points. If it goes beyond 2 or 3 shots.
Yeah.
So that's what he's doing now. See, he's going further back. I think this is a smart play. Send the message to Djokovic that you're gonna get in the point, make him work. Go into a little bit of a defense.
Yes!
As he did that.
Big second serve.
Huge second serve, 120. But because Sinner was further back, he was able to get in the point.
I'm just going to ask you, so when you see it move back, you serve a volley. They immediately adjust that way.
There's a lot of cat and mouse going on. Nobody's ever been better at that from a tactical standpoint than Novak Djokovic. But there's an example of where Sinner's there, but he overhits it. Not quite the same sort of feel up there that Alcaraz has.
Was an issue from that angle badly.
He kind of looked up towards the sun as if to say he lost it, but he doesn't have the spring. So you see he barely got up there and he kind of came down gingerly, so his ability to just explode quickly is not there.
Please.
I think Sinner has scraped his knee from when he went down over near the chair. And short ball.
If I'm Sinner here, I'm going back again on this return to make Djokovic know that he's going to make him play. That's exactly what he's doing.
He's got his earpiece in, Patrick.
I think he's pretty smart.
Yeah.
That's a perfect play.
Yes!
Got the ball started. Got 2 chances to get the break back.
Djokovic on the move.
15-40.
First time Djokovic has said anything to his camp in the whole match.
So the third 3-2 Djokovic.
That sizzle, that's the soundtrack of Chipotle.
Literally melt in your mouth tender. See our chicken glistening, and he is sizzling. It's magic happening. And this is going to be in your bowl. This is it.
When I started Walton Goggins goggle glasses, I didn't know how to turn all this fancy prettiness into a classy-looking logo. But GoDaddy Aero does, with its magical AI powers. It not only creates it, it slaps that sweet thing everywhere.
And Doug.
Are you here for Tracy?
We're here for everyone. Limo and I help people save hundreds by customizing car insurance with Liberty Mutual.
We ordered a limo, not a limo.
Oh, yeah. We do that, too.
Limo?
At your service. Only pay for what you need.
Liberty, 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 liberty.
Djokovic. Brady made a push here. Had a chance for 4-love. Had actually have a point to break Sinner to go up 4-love in this set. Didn't get that, and now Sinner has pushed back. And serves to get level at 3-all. Signs of frustration. The first time he's done this to his team at the beginning of the sit-down. Many times in the last 20 years, pushes Serbia.
Exactly. Where's our Serbian translator?
Let's go.
It's really having to completely rethink the way he moves in the back of the court, doesn't he? Rallies like that, he's having a hard time sort of decelerating and then changing directions back.
Basically can't go quickly and stop and put the brakes on. And that's what you need to do in tennis, particularly on grass. Quickly go to the corner, stop, come back. When the ball's right to him, he's okay. So he's making more mistakes because he's trying to do more with each shot because he knows he can't cover the court as well. See, when he gets there, it's hard for him to come back. See, and then by that time, so he just keeps running because he can't keep stopping and coming back.
It's like the physiologist here.
15.
Stopping suddenly can take as much energy as exploding.
Lead me to believe, without being a professional in this area, that it's the hip. It's a hip bearing. Because you start to feel that as a tennis player. If your hips are fine, I can move no problem, back and forth. As soon as you start to feel something, it's like everything's compromised. That's like painful for him. And then running to that, because he has to start to slow down. That's why when he's slowing down, he's taking so much more time to go like off into the sunset, to the side of the court.
You know this, any athletes know that when the body starts sending pain signals to the brain, like in that move, then you're cooked.
You don't want to do it.
Yeah, you really can't. The body won't let you. It's a protection device, right? Body doesn't want to keep doing things that really hurt. The offshoot of that is the injury gets worse. Djokovic, if he's gonna make a push and prolong this match, must recover quickly right here. On the way to serve his way through the next few service games.
15-love.
He was leading 3-love. Go double break. And it looked much more likely that he could push it to a 4th set.
Yeah, he's not even going to make a move. And then you look at Sinner, and now he's
Hit the tape and slow it down and make it harder for him to get over to that ball.
Watch what he does here. He just keeps going. He can't stop.
Oh.
Yes!
15-13.
Since that moment, he had a chance to take a commanding 4-love lead. Is now 15 of 19 points for Sinner. Two points here to make it 4 games in a row.
Advantage, TFO.
Barclays Bank is proud to partner with Wimbledon. Because in business or on center court, the right partner can give you the advantage. Barclays, the official banking partner of Wimbledon, powering possible.
Give me those sauces, grab the chicken strips, let's dunk them in there. There's nothing like it. Hey, I'm Joey.
And I'm Josh, and we're team members at our local Chick-fil-A. And a little thing you'll love about the Chick-fil-A chicken strips is dipping them in our sauces. My sauce is the barbecue sauce. If you wanted to add sweet, tangy flavors, there's nothing like it. I love the garden herb ranch sauce, but if you want a little bit more kick in the spicy side, you can mix it with buffalo sauce. I want to get all those flavors from the sauce with my chicken strips. Dipping them in our sauces is perfection.
Real team members paid for their testimonials.
Time to take a look at our Stella Artois. Perfect serve of the match. Jannik Sinner. Serve variation from him has been outstanding, recognizing that Djokovic is hampered with his movement, so going to the corners as often as he can and delivering. That time he didn't quite hit the spot, but the serve +1. Hanging off, that's our Stella Artois perfect serve. You can see that he's going predominantly wide to the corners, not using the body serve because he knows that Djokovic can't really explode to cover this return that will help.
18.
Oh.
Yes!
18. Oh.
serve again. Sinner. Ace number 11.
Yes!
Even in that department now, both with 11 aces. A major difference on the second serve point. So Djokovic is 4 of 26 on his own second serve. Suffice to say, that's never happened.
Yes!
Whoa.
Yes!
It's always hard, Chris, to see the all-time greats in any sport, and in our sport of tennis, go out hampered. And that's just what's happened today to Novak Djokovic. As you can see here, he can't control the movements when he gets on the move. And painful for him and painful for us, quite frankly, to have to watch it.
15.
It is.
It was so, people were so optimistic about what they saw from him in the first week of the tournament, especially. Moving great, playing great.
Yes!
Yes, he
Oh
lost to
no!
the semis,
Yes!
but had a great run there. And on this surface, you know what he thought? The way he looked those first few matches, he's got a shot, and he did have a shot. But Jannik Sinner, just relentless.
15.
He's throwing a curveball here. Not sure what to make of Djokovic's situation across the net. Wobbled a little bit, but has handled it professionally. And is closing in on a rematch of one of the all-time tennis matches. The final at Roland Garros. Very close to the rematch here.
Yes!
That puts you on the spot because Sinner playing the way he's played. Chris, based on what we saw today.
You could put me on the spot when after Novak leaves the court.
Yes.
Yeah, absolutely.
I said time for that.
Yeah. We will have
Yes!
this to me is about what this means for Novak Djokovic.
Well, I'll rewatch the last point that he ever plays at Wimbledon. He doesn't know the answer. We don't either. The Sinner on the brink of the final right here.
Not yet, says Novak.
Yes.
Yes!
Match point again. Wants to stick around. And force Sinner to serve this out.
Kind of like to see that myself.
Yeah. Nicely placed volley.
Djokovic.
And we finish it on the Italian serve. Bigger picture, of course, there's plenty to talk about. Be plenty of questions for Djokovic, assuming that Sinner is able to finish the job. You reflect on this guy who showed up at Wimbledon 20 years ago, 2005. Came through the qualifying. Juan Monaco's first victim here. Guillermo Garcia Lopez, he toughed that out in 5, then lost to Grosjean, and then 5 years later was in the final for the first time. Lost that to Nadal, won it the next year, and has won it 7 times.
Well, this is what I want to do now, Chris. I just want to look at that.
Just in case you don't see it again. Sinner now to book his spot in his first Wimbledon final. In the desperately sought after, from his standpoint, rematch in the Grand Slam final against Alcaraz.
Sticking with what he does best. A little bit of a hiccup to start this third set, but got right back on track.
Oh.
Enormously important occasion for Sinner.
Yes!
Finishing the solid, was ruthless early, but no room for sentimentality until the job is done. I'm sure he would be appropriately respectful of the legend on the other side.
Yes!
And that's exactly what he's been able to do. Because it's just about over. Sinner is methodical as ever, loses the point, goes back, gets the towel, resets.
It's his fourth chance to secure that spot in the final.